Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm William. So today we will be doing the math paper together. So today we will be focusing on from grade 5. This is a past paper from grade 5 in 2019. It's the midterm test from semester 1. Okay, so before we started, I will suggest you to download the paper. I'll put the link in the information box below. So you will be able to download the paper and print it out and try to write the paper first by yourself, and then we can go through the answer together, and I will be showing you the answer step by step, question by question. And also before we carry on, if you are supporting what I'm doing for this, please do click on the like button and also click on the subscribe button, and if you can share to more of your friends if they need it. I'll really appreciate that. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let's move to question 1. Express 3,09,302 in numerals. So basically just converting the the description in English to the numbers. So 3 million you can write as, so try to split the zeros 3 by 3. So that is 3 million, and then 9,000 is, you can write as such, and then 300, and then 2. Okay, so if you put all of these together, it will be like this. Okay, so the answer is 1. Okay, let's move to question 2. Find the value of 1 over 5 plus 3 over 10. So this is the addition of fractions. So when we are doing the addition of fraction or subtraction of the fraction, what do you need to do? Basically, you need to change the denominator or the bottom of the fraction to be the same number. Then you will be able to do the addition or subtraction on the top. Okay, so the bottom or the denominator for these two fractions, one is 5 and the other one is 10. So you need to find out the common multiples. But it's pretty straightforward. You can tell that 10 is a multiple of 5. So you should be able to convert both of the denominator, the bottom of the fraction, to be 10. Okay, so we can rewrite this as 1 over 5 plus 3 over 10 equals 2. So you want to convert this to two fractions which both of them have a 10 at the bottom. So from 5 to 10, you need to times 2. So whatever you do to the bottom, you do the same to the top. So 1 times 2 equals 2. And then 3 out of 10, you don't need to do anything, so just leave it as is. And then next step is you just add the top together. So 2 plus 3 equals to 5. Okay, but that's not the final answer, because you still need to simplify the fraction, and you also didn't see an option of 5 over 10 in the answer. So if you take one step further, 5 out of 10, both of the number can be divided by 5. So whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. So 5 divided by 5 equals to 1, and then 10 divided by 5 equals to 2. So the answer is half. So it's 1. So let's move on to the next question. Question 3. Which digit in 52.81 is in the 10th place? So let me underline the question, 10th place. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. 52.81. So this is the 1's place and 10th place, and then 10th meaning the position after the decimal points. So this is the 10th place, and then 1 is in the 100th place. So the 10th place is here, 8. So the answer is 4, 8. Okay, let's move on to question 4. Shen is at point V and facing northeast. So at point V and then facing northeast. Okay, northeast means north is upwards and the east is to your right hand side. So northeast is facing towards the direction of Y. Which point would he face after making a 3 over 4 turn clockwise? Okay, so 1 over 4 turn equals to 90 degree. Okay, So 3 out of 4, meaning there is 3 times of a quarter. Yeah, so it's 3 over 4, or you can read as 3 quarter, means you need to turn 3 times for 90 degrees. Okay, and then it's talking about turning clockwise. Okay, so if Shane is facing northeast at the moment, so when he turn for the first time, for 90 degree, yeah, because here is 90 degree, then he will be facing here, and then if we turn again, he will be facing here, and then if we turn again, he will be facing here, because this is clockwise. Okay, so when he make a 3 over 4 turn clockwise, he will be facing sorry, I actually blocked it. So he will be facing X. Yeah, I didn't see that. So he will be facing X. So the answer will be 2. Okay. Okay, let's move on to next question. Question 5. There were 68496 students watching the NE show. Express the number to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so express to the nearest 1,000. So let's rewrite the number here. 68496. Write to the nearest 1,000. Okay, this is the place of 1,000. So if you want to round off to the nearest 1,000, which digit do you need to look at? It's the digit below it. So actually it's the digit here. So this is the digit you need to look at. So the number is 4. So for any number which is below 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you will round it off. And then if it's 5 onwards, then you will round it up. Okay, so in this case, you will round it off. So the answer will be 68, then all the zeros. So some of you will be confused that when it says round off the number in the nearest 1,000, then you are looking at the 8, and then you thought you need to judge, okay, 8 is bigger than 5, so you will round it off to become like a 7,000. But actually that's wrong. When the question says round off or express the number to the nearest 1,000, you need to figure out which position is the 1,000. In this case, it was the number 8, and then look into the digit below that. Okay, so that will be the right way to do it. So the answer will be 1. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. The total mass of 2 similar bags of sweets and the 2 similar bags of chocolate is 24 kilos. The mass of each box of sweets is thrice, which means 3 times, thrice the mass of each box of chocolate. What's the mass of each box of sweets? Okay, so in the first line, he says 2 similar bags of sweets. So 2 bags of sweets plus 2 bags of chocolate equals to 24. Okay, and then he also tells you the 1 box of the sweets equal to 3 bags of the chocolate. Okay, so one sweet equal to 3 chocolates. So you can also figure out 2 sweets equal to 6 chocolates, right? So if 2 sweets equal to 6 chocolates, then in the first line, whenever you see 2 sweets, you can replace that with 6 chocolates. So in the first line, you can also rewrite as, let me write on the right hand side, 6 chocolates plus 2 chocolates equal to 24. So totally 8 bags of chocolates equals to 24. So each of the chocolates will equal to 3 kilos. So if 1 box of chocolate is 3 kilo, and then 1 sweet is equal to 3 bags of chocolate, which is also equivalent to 9 kilos. Yeah, so 1 box of sweets equals to 9 kilo. So the answer is 3. Okay, let's move on to question 7. Mrs. Tan made 1 and 4 out of 5 liter of lemonade. She poured the lemonade equally into 3 cups. Each cup contained 2 out of 5 liter of lemonade. What's the amount of lemonade left? Okay, so totally she has 1 and 4 over 5 liter of lemonade, and then she poured the lemonade equally into 3 cups. Okay, so each cup have 2 over So each cup have 2/5 liter of lemonade, and then there is totally 3 cups. So these will equals to 6 out of 5. Yeah, when you are doing a multiplication of the fraction, simply take the number and multiply the top. Okay, so it will be equal to 6/5. And then originally he has 1 and 4 out of 5, and then you just minus whatever is poured into the cup, then there will be the leftover. Okay, so this will be the addition and the subtraction of the fractions. So what you need to do is simply turn 1 and 4/5. You can also convert that into a fraction. So that will be equal to 9/5 minus 6/5. So the answer will be, so when you the addition and the subtraction of the fraction, you keep the bottom as long as they are the same number, and then you do the addition or subtraction for the top. So in this case, 9 minus 6 equal to 3. So the answer is 3/5. Answer is 3. Okay, let's move on to question 8. Wendy drew 4 figures, P, Q, R, S as shown below. Name all the figure above that had at least one line of symmetry. Okay, one line of symmetry meaning you will be able to draw a line and cut the figure into 2 sides, and the 2 of the side looks identical, but you know it's a reflection. It's very similar, like you put a mirror in the middle, and then both sides will look the same. Okay, so so the key thing is, would you be able to draw a symmetry line? You know, if you will be able to draw a symmetry line and both sides look the same, then that figure is symmetrical. Okay, so for P is not possible. Okay, because no matter you draw here or you draw here or you draw here, it's not really looks the same. And then Q is possible if you draw a line here, and then for R, it's possible either you draw the line here or you draw the line here. Either way, you can. It looks symmetrical. And then for S is just not possible from the shape. So the answer will be Q and R. Okay, let's move on to next question. Question 9. Express 1/4 as a decimal. Okay, so when you want to express in a decimal, there are 2 ways of doing this. One is doing division. And then the other one is you try to convert, if it's a fraction, if you can try to convert the bottom to be 100 or 10 or 1000, then you will be able to convert the number into a decimal. Okay, so let me show you how to do this in both ways. So for division, so 1/4 is also equal to 1 divided by 4. Okay, 1 couldn't divide by 4, so you put a 0 here and you put a decimal point, then you add another 0. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, 10 times 8 is 2. And then you put another 0 here. And then 4 times 5 equal to 20. And this is 0. So the answer is 0.25. And another way to do this is, as I said, is converting the fraction. So for fraction 1/4, 4 can 4 be converted to 10? Not really. But can 4 be converted to 100? Yes, but so 4 times 25 equal to 100. So whatever you do to the bottom, you do the same to the top. So 1 also times 25 equal to 25. Yeah, so 25 over 100, meaning, so it's starting with 2 decimal points, because there was 2 0, so it's starting from 2 decimal points, and then you fill in the number from the back. So 5 and then 2, and you don't need to fill in any zeros. So it equal to 0.25, which is the same as what we did on the division. Okay, question 10. Find the perimeter of the following figure. Okay, so you need to find the perimeter, but you don't have all the clue here, because on this side is 18 meters, on this side is 20 meters, and you know this is 15, but this is missing. You don't know what's that, and you also won't be able to tell what's this. Okay, but there's another way of trying to find the. There's another way of trying to find the perimeter. I mean, finding the perimeter and finding the area will be very, very different. So finding the perimeter, you will be able to move the line around as long as it helps you to find the answer. So if you can see, I can try to move this line here to here, and then I can try to move this line here to here. So if you notice, now if I just move the line around, then I will be able to, I'm just looking for the perimeter for this shape, right? Because now I move the line and then now it's formed a rectangle. So now how to find a perimeter for a rectangle is you took the length plus the width, and then you times by 2, which is 70, it's 76. So the answer is 76. The tricky part is if you know how to move the lines. You know, if the question is about finding the area, you won't be able to do this, because when you're starting to move the line, then it's starting to change the area. But if the question is about perimeters, actually you will be able to move the line in between, and then as long as you make a perfect shape, it will be a little bit easier for you to do all the calculation. Okay, so this is question 10. Let's move on to question 11. Find the value of 4.67 times 8. Give the answer correct to one decimal place. Okay, so this is about the multiplication of decimal. So it's pretty straightforward. It's the same as the multiplication with without the decimal point, but you just need to know how to work with the decimal points. So when you are doing the multiplication, you can ignore the decimal point in the beginning. Okay, so 8 times 5, 56. 8 times 6, 48 plus 5, so it's 53. And then 8 times 4, 32 plus 5, 37. Okay, and then there are 2 decimal points here, and there's no decimal point for the 8. So the answer will also have 2 decimal points, starting from the back, 1, 2. So the decimal point is here. So the answer will be 37.36. But the question is asking you to give your answer correct to one decimal place. Okay, so to one decimal place is here, and then as what we did in one of the previous question, when you want to round off, then you look into the next decimal. So the next decimal was 6, which is bigger than 5, so you round up. So the answer will be 37.4. Okay, so the answer is 37.4. On to next question. Draw a line parallel to PQ that's passed through R. Okay, so you want to draw a line which is parallel, which there are 2 ways of doing this. You just need to find the position of the dots need to be in the same behavior or the same direction. You know, so for example, between P and the Q, so from P to Q, you need to move 2 blocks to the right, and then you need to move 2 blocks to the right and then 4 blocks to the north. Okay, so from R, you also need to, you know, move 2 blocks to the right and then move 4 blocks to the north, and then plot a dot here, and then you join the line. Okay, so this will be, I mean, obviously you avoid the errors, but this will be how you do the draw the lines, which will be parallel to PQ. And then another way of doing that will be, again, you need to find another dot. So from P to R, you know, can be another way. So from P to R, you need to go to 1, 2, 3. Go 3 blocks to the right, and then 1 block to the north, right? So it's the same thing from here. You go 1, 2, 3, and then go 1 block to the north. Actually, it was the same spot. That's what we did previously. You know, and then what you need to do is just join the 2 dots. You know, then you will be drawing a line parallel to PQ. Okay, so there are 2 ways of doing this. Okay, let's have a look on question B. In the figure below, ABCD is a rectangle, ADE is triangle, and then CDE is a straight line. Find a pair of perpendicular lines. There are a few ways of doing this, but the easiest way I would say is, because ABCD is a rectangle, so rectangle meaning here will be 90 degrees, which will be perpendicular lines. So between BC and the CD will be the perpendicular lines. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 13. The sum of two numbers is 424. One number is 3 times the other number. Okay, so there are two numbers here. There's one number like this, and then the other number is 3 times bigger. Okay, and then altogether it adds up to 424. Okay, so if you draw the question, if you draw the picture per the question described, so one number is 1 block and the other number is as big as 3 block because it's 3 times, and then if you add it up together it's 424. Okay, so basically you can see very clearly the 4 block equal to 424. So 1 block equals to the 424 divided by 4. So 424 divided by 4, 4 times 1, 4, 2, nothing, so 0, and then you put down the 4, 4 times 6 equals to 24, 0. So 1 block equal to 106. Okay, so the question is asking what is the smaller number. Smaller number is this one here, which is 1 block, which is equivalent to 106. Okay, let's move on to the next question. There are 30 balloons. 1/6 of them are blue, and then 3 over 5 of the remainder. Here we go. This is the tricky part. 5 over 3 of the remainder are red. How many balloons are there? How many red balloons are there? Okay, so there are totally 30 balloons. 1/6 of them are blue. So how many of those are the remainder? So 1 over 6 is blue. So the remainder is equal to 1 minus 1 over 6, which is 5. Which is 5 over 6. Okay, so how much balloon is that? So 30 times 5 out of 6 equals to 6 can be simplified with the 31 and then 5, and then 5 times 5 equals to 25. Okay, so the remainder is 25, and then here the question says 3 over 5 of the remainder is red. Okay, so basically you took, this is a remainder balloon, and then 3 over 5 is red. So you need to do the multiplication of a fraction. So again, this can be simplified. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, and then 25 divided by 5 is 5, and then 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, so the answer is 15. Okay, so the tricky part is he's talking about the remainder. It's not 3 over 5 of the total 30 balloon. It's 3 over 5 of the remainder. Okay, so the question is about, in the beginning, the question tells you 1 over 6 of the balloon is blue, and so 1 over 6 is blue. Then the remainder is what? So it's the whole thing 1 minus 1 over 6, which means 5 out of 6 is the remainder, and then 3 over 5 of the remainder is red, so you took the remainder, which was 25, and then you times by 3 over 5. Okay, so this is quite straightforward multiplication of a fraction. So I didn't go into the detail, but let me know if you need me to explain in more details. Okay, let's move on to question 15. The line graph below shows the number of bowl of noodles sold in the school canteen from Monday to Friday. Okay, it's not very easy to see from the graph, but I guess every line is 1. Okay, so you can count 1 to 5 to 10 to 11, to 15 to 20. So the question is asking how many bowl of noodle were sold on Friday, then on Wednesday. Okay, so they want to compare Friday and Wednesday. So Friday is here, Wednesday is here. So basically we just need to count the difference between 2. So is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so totally there are 6 more balls sold on Friday than Wednesday. It's very straightforward, but I just need to know how to read a graph. So on Friday it says probably like a 24, and then Wednesday is something like 18. Yeah, so 24 minus 18 is equal 6. But because we can't see the graph very clearly from this copy, so by counting the number, it was also fine. Okay, so Okay, so this will be the end of section A and the section B of the paper. I think there was one or two of the tricky question, but otherwise I think the question is pretty straightforward. There were quite a few fraction, no matter addition or multiplication. So you need to have good knowledge of the fraction and know how to do the addition or subtraction, and also how to do the multiplication. Okay. So yeah, this will be the end of the video. So again, if you are supporting what I'm doing, so please give me a like and also click on the subscribe button. Until then, I will see you next time. Good luck. Thank you.